How much pay? How much fees for university?
How many people go to university?
No, how much
Uh,
payment for university?
it's well, to be honest with you, I have not seen the latest numbers, but I'm going to Google that now. But when I went to university, uh, it was about 2,000 euro
You mean a year?
a year.
So cheap.
It's very cheap, and the quality of education is very good.
Mm.
So there's no private university.
Yeah, I know that. You did told me before. Yes.
It's 2,000.
Oh, okay. More equality,
Yeah,
more
it's
benefit for people.
yeah, it's $2,000, and if you look at well, they have a kind of a ranking system of the best universities in the world, and Netherlands is not ranking in the top, not at all. There's American universities and British universities who are at the top basically, but we have a large number, like all of our universities are in the top 200, somewhere between number 60 and number 120. So it's not absolute top, but it's very equal. The quality is very equal, and across the board, it's high.
It's interesting. How come? Why not overseas students try to come to Holland to go
Well,
to
that's
university?
actually funny. I just last Saturday I was having lunch with one of the people who was helping out with the tournament, and he's Japanese, and he went to university in the Netherlands. I said, "Well, why on earth did you did you choose the Netherlands?" He said, "Well, actually, I didn't want to go to UK or US, and I wanted to go somewhere where they had good universities at a reasonable price. So obviously, I went to the Netherlands. So I didn't know that it was famous, but
Yeah.
apparently,
My feeling, how come American students try not to go into Holland? Because they need to pay how much? 70,000 US dollar a year?
yeah, no,
No kidding, right?
right,
So a friend
right,
of mine still they are struggling to repayment for their fees, right?
right. But
So
that is an enormous burden that you put on yourself. And I mean, it doesn't really matter if you are studying to become a lawyer or an economist or a business major, or whatever. I mean, then probably in a lifetime you will be able to deal with those debts. But what if you become an arts major or something like that? Then basically cannot afford it.
it's amazing. I never heard about your country's university system and the fees before.
Hmm.
Japanese people never talking about that. They are trying to go into uh, America and try to go into where? Oh,
Well, I
Canada.
think because everybody is kind of focused on going to uh, the number one university, right? So if you are a parent anywhere in the world, and most parents are obsessed by giving their children a leg up,
No
right?
kidding. No, I tell you, no kidding. Not much big differences, right?
But if the people who can afford it, if you're going to put your child to somewhere, but people basically become kind of irrational and they say, okay, well, I just want to give this to him or her, so that basically he doesn't have to worry about life. And so if you're a Harvard graduate or a Yale graduate or Caltech graduate, I mean, you don't really have to worry so much.
But actually,
Because
recently, Japanese people they don't go to United States university. Like for
uh,
example, Harvard, a few students, a Japanese student, right? Few
yeah,
in Harvard,
most of the Chinese,
right?
yeah,
This is a very serious situation. But it's 2,000 euro in Holland university, so cheap. Why not
it's very cheap. Yeah.
Japanese try to go to? Is it difficult to accept to get into Holland university from outside? No.
No, no.
I try to persuade my family to send him to Holland, right?
No, actually, it's not difficult, and a lot of these programs are offered
Yeah,
in English. These programs are a little bit different because it's not these programs are designed for master students, not for bachelor students.
but I tell you, my son is going to California University of San Diego, but he's actually studied high school in the States, in Los Angeles, and he just only paid student fee compared with overseas people, no, outside the state, compared with that another state student come from another state, he just only paid one third of fees.
Oh, really?
Yeah, maybe Holland. You have different system. Overseas students need to pay much more money for this university, right? Maybe.
That could be true, actually. That could be true.
Right, I think so. It's like a 10,000, but still cheap.
Yeah. Well, let me. Oh,
Are you checking in Dutch?
yeah.
I saw that.
Here. So it depends where you're from a little bit.
No, my concern is from Japan, like from Asian countries.
Oh. Yeah, okay. So that is kind of serious. It's 8 times higher.
Okay, yes, I told you 10 times.
Yeah.
Okay. Still
Yeah,
cheap.
no, actually, it depends a little bit on what you want to study. It's much higher.
So still 20,000 US dollars.
Yes.
Still cheap.
Well, yeah, but it's completely different from being Dutch. I thought it. Okay, so it's more expensive, but there are some exceptions for certain countries. But no, it's expensive.
Well, what do you mean for certain countries? It means the relationship with your country?
Yeah, so there are. If you are a Swiss or from Suriname, Suriname is an ex-Sokominchi.
Oh, really? Suriname
Yeah.
is a good.
So they have lower rates for them.
Ah,
Oh, and if you are a refugee, then also you have lower
oh,
rates.
refugees.
Uh,
Of course, yes.
so if you are from the EU, then probably you get lower rate.
Oh, EU. Okay. The
Yeah.
member of the. Okay,
Yeah.
I see. By the way, how do you think about this video you watched? And I thought Larry's opinion is much more popular in the world, but actually it didn't. And they are much more conservative, or especially for political aspects, and
Yes.
not easy for consider income redistribution, or not easy to consider for the like tax haven treatment and sort of things, right?
Right. I think that really this is what the actual state of mind is, that we have looked at a lot of possible solutions, but these solutions require a rather drastic political measures, and those measures will be very difficult to implement. What we really need is a kind of a sense of a crisis situation, if we really want politicians to seriously consider these kinds of measures of implementing an UBI, of of basically abolishing tax havens and things like that. That requires a crisis. People are capable of making drastic changes, but not unless they are put under pressure. there's no pressure, then not many politicians will be inclined to stick their necks out and tackle these big problems.